Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome to the panel. My name is Kelly and I'm the host. And I want to thank y'all for stopping by, having a conversation with us today. First, I'd like to say that this is a judgment free zone, the safe space, but not a quiet space. We're talking accountability, vulnerability, growth, and a little laughter too, because love is not just tears. Today's conversation is about loving Black men, the joys, the challenges, the healing, the heartbreak, and the redemption. So grab some snacks and let's chat. I'm going to bring to the panel a friend of mine. Her name is Aisha. And Aisha, first, I'd like you to introduce yourself, share your relationship status, and kind of a little bit about your childhood background.
Okay. Hi everybody. I'm AJ. Kelly introduced me as Aisha. That's my government name. But I'm AJ Foodie and I am a married woman. I've been with my husband for 24 years altogether and married for 13. I'm an author. I have recently hosted podcasts. I retired from early. Let me say early. I retired or early. I'm 46 years old. I retired from a communications background. I worked for the VA. I'm a Navy veteran, and I was in, like I said, communications, public affairs. Uh, I do a plethora of things, but one thing I like to do is have a conversation. So I'm here for it, and um, I don't know my I'm just writing now because I'm too young to really be fully retired. So my most recent thing is authorship. So, and that's what's going on with me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Welcome. And next, I'm going to bring Sharon to the stage. And Sharon, if you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your childhood and background. I think she muted. Sharon, you got to unmute your mic.
Sharon. I'm born on the west side of Detroit. I am retired from the government. Now I self-employed. I have a dress business, and I like to travel.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies, we all know how it is with the ebbs and flows of loving these Black men.
You, gee. We love y'all. We do. We do.
Mm-hmm.
I myself have been married twice. Right now, currently, next month it'll be 13 years. I was married for the first time 10 years and had three boys in that marriage. But I have a question for you, ladies. The first one is, what are some of the unique challenges you've faced when dating or loving Black men? We'll start with AJ.
Mm. Challenges. I think that I told you before we started that a lot of ladies, Black women, are not gonna love me in this conversation, but I think I think that our challenges are ourselves. I mean, we can just face it. I think today's Black women, we have been bred to be so strong. You know what I mean?
I
We've been
feel
bred
you.
to be so strong, and we've been bred to uh dominate relationships and hold the house down, hold the family down, we've been bred not to rely on our co-parts. So I think that a lot of our challenges just come from ourselves. We're the challenge because it's very hard for submission, you know. It's hard to
Right.
submit to men that we feel like we have to control the narrative. You know what I mean? We don't have a safe space for them to let them be the man that we need them to be. You know what I mean? Because we expect men to be our idea of what a man should be, like provider, protector, nurturer, all of those things that we say men do. But I think a lot of us as Black women, we don't provide that space for the men to be able to do it because it needs to be our way or it's not right. So I think
Mm.
that's our biggest challenge.
No,
Okay,
look,
share. Come on
look,
in.
a whole different perspective here.
I
Mm-mm.
know, and that's what
So
I
no,
told
so
her, and that's what
I,
I
I
told her.
agree
It's
with
gonna
you. I agree
be,
with you in a lot of cases. That is true. That is true. But I'm coming from a healed heart. I've worked on me, and I've tried to get in different relationships and dealing with Black men. A lot of them are not healed. A lot of them come from
I agree.
ego and pride and don't break it down. And they will break you down while you trying to let them lead you. They'll lead you right to hell. No, no, no. We need you to heal.
so do
And
you
I
think
try
that's because
different.
we're not? Do you feel that that's because we're not choosing right? Because that would
No,
mean that you're
I've done that
choosing
too.
men that
So
aren't healed.
I get it. I get that too. That's what I'm saying. Like, so once you're healed, you know who and what you need. You know what to run away from and how to decipher through. So like I will date somebody and we'll have one or two conversations. I already know they're not for me, and I'm ready to move on. But they want to say, "Oh no, I'm for you," and I got to go back and forth
Like
with
they
them.
want to prove it. Once you,
Yeah, that's like, no, I'm
yeah, I've
telling you,
experienced
I
that
know what
too.
I need. I've been there and done that. It's so many, that's I said, where it comes with pride and ego. Most so like just like you're saying that we women need to heal and learn how to let the man lead. The man needs to learn how to lead. A lot of them didn't come from households where they was taught from male leading. They was taught from a male a female leading. So they're leading as a female and not leading as a man that they should be. So a lot of
Hmm.
women, it's hard to let their guard down to allow this man to lead. So and this just is what I'm dealing with and my aspect. Like I'm coming from healed. I've done dating from the aspect of what you're saying, and it took me forever to realize I needed to heal to be able to be there for these men to allow them to be the man they want to be or need to
Hmm.
be, and we need them to be. So now that I'm coming from healed, it's like, whoa,
Now,
it's
Sharon,
chaos.
have you been married before,
No, I was in an
or are
11-year
you
relationship, but never married.
okay? So you
That's
feel like you,
married. That's common
yeah,
law.
common law.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like marriage, okay? It did. And I think coming out of that marriage, that relationship, I think did the most damage, and it took me a long time to heal. A lot to heal. And even when I was out of it, like 10 years later, I'm thinking, oh, I'm healed. And no, I wasn't.
Okay, now,
Yeah.
not to put it all on the negative side, what some of the joys that you've experienced with Black men.
Oh, nobody can treat you like a Black man, okay? A
Period.
Black man gonna love on his woman, okay? And he gonna let
Period.
everybody know he loves his woman. It's something about the security of a Black man, the pride of a Black man, especially when it's in the right guarded way. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I wouldn't change it for nothing. I couldn't see myself being with nothing else but.
And then I'm
Right,
not
me
gonna
too.
lie. I can't lie to y'all. I I love Black men. Like I love them. However, I feel like I probably in my previous relationships, I can't say that they were real relationships. Like I said, I've been with my husband for 24 years. So that's a
Mhm.
very
Right.
long time. And before that, like I said, I was in the military. I traveled around the world. I was doing my thing, and I was the problem, not the Black
Right.
men that I
Right.
dated. I was the problem
Yeah.
because I was growing up. You know what I mean? I just kind of got lucky to get with someone who saw me growing and didn't stunt my growth. You know what I
So
mean? They
Right.
let
awesome.
me make mistakes and let me, cause I don't think
Mhm.
we can say the F bomb, but I effed up a lot. You know what I mean? Early on, so I don't have problems with black men. I like I said, I was the problem. Black men are awesome. It's nothing like them on the planet to me. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I think they're great. I just, here in America, we can't marry more than one. We
Yeah.
gotta pick that one. That's the one. You know what I mean? But hey, yeah, just saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is kind of hypocritical because in some faiths, men can have more wives,
Right? Yeah, they
Yeah.
can.
All right, have fun.
and in most poly relationships, is always multiple women.
Mm-hmm.
It was you remember that one show where it was the lady that had the two husbands?
Yeah, don't she got another one now? She
Oh,
she entered a third one.
I
You talking about
think
the black
so. Like
lady,
it
right?
went off, but it was ending with like her getting the third one. I do remember that.
Yeah,
oh
she
wow.
ended up getting a third one and she moved the third one into her bedroom and the other two had to have their own room.
That's too much work. It's too much work.
It is. It's too much work. It's too much work. It's
The part of
insane.
me was like, boss.
So it's insane. But I think they were able to date other women. They just didn't live in the house with them.
Right, right, right.
So, but yeah, that's a
Okay.
whole nother podcast right there, that poly stuff.
Very much
Yes,
so.
a long podcast.
Yes.
Okay, now I
Yeah.
know we spoke on healing earlier. What are some of the things that you do to heal after heartbreak and not become hardened?
Love on myself, rebuild. First, you have to sit in it and find out where you went wrong. And then once you realize, okay, maybe that, well, not a maybe, because you already know it's you. Once you fix and what you did wrong, because a lot of times we try to dwell on what they did wrong, but a lot of times
Mhm.
they couldn't have got to where they gotten to if you were doing what you supposed to be doing, if you were paying attention to signs, if you stopped or you pulled away or you spoke up. So once you address what you did wrong, heal just by just loving on you, rebuilding, and really sitting in it. A lot of times people go from one relationship to the next, but you really have to sit in it and learn from your mistake instead
Okay,
of
Yeah.
I
jumping out there damaging other folks.
now some people do say the best way to get over one man is to get under another one.
That's the fun
Yeah.
way. Yeah, it is.
I
But it's
Okay,
definitely the
AJ,
fun
chime
way.
in.
I think healing is a cognitive choice. You know what I mean? I think it's a cognitive choice and you got to decide that I'm not going to be broken. You know what I mean? Some people
Yeah.
do like to wallow in defeat. Like they like to hold on to the pain, but at the end
Oh
of the
no.
day, I think we have to realize that life happens to everybody. There it's no patent on heartbreak. It's no patent on pain. It's no patent on going through things. People, we all go through something. So you just have
Amen.
to decide that this is not what I don't want to hold on to this. I want to move past this and I can be great again. You know what I mean? I can be great again because this is not the end. Even though things happen to me, this is not the end of me. And I think that that's a cognitive decision that people have to make no matter how many times you're in pain because some of us we get constantly blow after blow.
Mm,
This happens, next thing happens, next thing happens, and
mhm,
sometimes it can be just too heavy, so we decide to just this happened and oh my god, it's defeated, because you tired. We get tired of
yeah.
the constant beat up. But I think that we just have to make that cognitive decision that the world is going through something at all times. And no matter what we're going through, somebody else is going through something as worse. So let's just,
Mhm.
look at the bright side of things. And I don't
Yes.
I don't need to wallow in this pain. I don't need to wallow in this self-pity. I can
Hmm.
be I could be better. I'm gonna try again. Let me get up, wipe this off because this is
Yeah.
not me. This is not the end of me. And we just need to make that choice to be healed. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
choice, just like love is a choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people in and out of love all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you can love somebody and just to death. The next thing you know, something happened or some argument happened. I hate this nigga. You know what I mean? Like I just can't.
That's
Why? You
it.
know,
Right.
but
That's
people
very
are, we
true.
human. You know what I mean? We're all human. So there are no perfect people. Your mate is not perfect. You are not
Yeah.
perfect. And we're going to go through things, but we have to decide to get over it. We have to
Yeah.
decide to, embrace the healing piece because, like I said, this not me. You're not about to make me sad. I'm gonna get over it. You know what I mean? Either I'm gonna get over it or I'm gonna let that go and move on. You know what I mean? To the next thing. I'm not just gonna wallow in the pain. That we need to decide that.
Right. I used to always
Mm-hmm.
say your emotions are a choice. Just like you can choose to be happy, you can choose to be angry, but sometimes that knee jerk reaction, like for me, I feel like I hold things in so much that the littlest thing would bring a major meltdown. And once I had a meltdown, that's like I see myself going through it, and it's like I know I'm better than that. So I instantly come out of it. But it
Mm-hmm.
took for that meltdown to happen for just that little bit of growth that day, I say.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So you have to
So
deal with it at then, because you keep pushing it under that rug, it will
right,
explode.
right.
That I learned
That
to do that
Right.
because I used to do the same thing, hold it all, push it all under the rug, and then explode. Now I just sit and figure out where I went wrong, and then turn it into a positive light and move forward and just keep on going. Cause
That's
you
right.
will explode, girl, baby.
Yeah, holding on to it, not saying nothing. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
then we gotta pick our battles too. You know what
yeah.
I
that too,
mean?
for real.
You
Hmm.
definitely gotta pick your battles. You can't just be mad because that man just keep leaving his socks on the side of the bed.
That
You gotta decide. Let me just
part.
pick the socks up
So
because he gonna
true.
keep
So
doing it.
true.
I told him already. He gonna keep doing. Let me just pick the socks up. We're a team. You know what I mean?
Right,
In your house, we're a
Yeah.
team. So they're not gonna do everything that we want them to do how we want them to do it. But if
Yeah.
you want it done, just do it. It's like, come on, get it, do it done. He don't wash the dishes right. You gotta keep telling this man, this is not how you put the dishes in the dishwasher. It's irritating you. It's bothering your spirit. Just fix the dishes.
That's
You know what I
definitely a
mean?
you
Just
problem there.
right.
right. It's like people have these little minor complaints, these little minor things that bother
Yeah.
their soul, and they just, you got to pick a different hill to die on because everything is
Yes.
not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? You just got to
Totally
kind of
agree.
let
Right.
small things roll off your back. Now, if the bills ain't getting paid, that's a conversation.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Definitely.
Right.
Things that's gonna put me in a bind is a conversation, but the little things that just don't matter. And people, I just see people argue all the time, and it just be like, what is they arguing about? Like for what? Why? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's insane. So we just really need to pick our battles more wisely too in these relationships. People just they don't pick their battles. They'll argue about anything. You know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
anything.
For
And
sure.
I maybe that stemmed from a lack of respect. I don't know. You know what I mean? I
That and
I
think
what
think
they're
we like,
seeing, what they seen their parents do,
yeah,
you know.
that, and I think right now we kind of like in a rage bait culture where
Yeah.
everybody want to fuss, bitch, and yell over just handling things peacefully.
Yeah. That
right.
too.
Yeah.
Now, my next
So
question for you ladies is, do you think heartbreak teaches you more than joy? Why or why not?
you said heartbreak teach you joy?
Do heartbreak teach you
Wait.
more than joy? Like, do you think the
Oh, okay. I see.
relationships,
I
those
see. I
good
see.
relationships that, let's just say you had the beautiful relationship with the high school boyfriend, and the only reason y'all couldn't be together is because y'all went to separate colleges, and you have that memory versus the heartbreak? Like, which situation do you think taught you more, the heartbreak or the joy?
Mm.
Heartbreak. Heartbreak. I hate to say it. I hate to
Mm.
say it because that's me. Like some people, everybody learn different. Like say somebody can be talk to you and you can learn from just by speech. Like don't do this. Me, I had to get burned. Okay, yeah, I told you to leave the stove alone, but you wanted to feel it yourself. So I'm one of them. So I would say heartbreak taught me more. What would I if I could change it? I would change it. But that's just how I've learned all my lessons through heartbreak and not through conversation. I'm one of them
Oh,
hard head kids. So I would say heartbreak had taught me more.
I'm
And
a,
I want to change it around now though.
right. I mean, that's how I be like at this big age. I don't like stuff like that no more.
Yeah,
all
me
right.
either. Me either. I say I want to change it around, but if we're going by what has happened in my life, heartbreak has taught me more. But I would love to change it around and have it be more of a joy. I learn more from joy than heartbreak. Like now, I'm learning more from joy. The littlest things give me so much joy. It's crazy. Like I always learned that heartbreak. Like okay, this is what whatever whatever, but the littlest things give me joy right now, and I won't change it for nothing. That's why it's so hard for me to be in a relationship right now. Is because I noticed that the little things bring me joy, and if you can come in my life and bring me joy, then that's fine. But a lot of people will come in your life and change it all around. I don't want that. I want
Disrupt
that
it.
person that can just
Yeah.
come in and show me joy.
I think it's a combination for me. I think it's a combination for me. You mentioned that first boyfriend and breaking up and going to a school. I broke up with my first boyfriend in high school because when I went to the military, he had a baby with somebody else. And he said
Oh,
the reason he did it was her. I'm gonna tell. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. You can't make this up, right? He said he's so sorry he did it because her titties was so big.
stop!
I'm not lying
What?
to y'all. I swear to God. Listen,
Hey,
I
he didn't
swear
lie.
to
He didn't
God,
lie.
I'm not lying. I'm not making this up.
Oh, Jesus.
This was my high school sweetheart. I went to
Oh,
the military. I knew that once I got there and got settled in, we was gonna get back together. He was gonna come follow me. We was gonna get married and just live this amazing life. And next thing you know, he done had a baby. And then he told me the girl titties was so big he didn't have no control over himself. So of course, that really broke my heart. But it was like, is you stupid? Like, is this for real? You know what I mean? I
Right.
did not eat
you
for
dodged the
3
bullet,
days.
girl.
I
Thank
definitely
God.
did. I definitely did. I did not eat for 3 days.
Oh,
And after that heartbreak, I decided that that would never happen again. Like,
right,
ain't no man gonna stop me from eating. That's insane. You know what I mean? Like, that
Right.
right,
is insane. And then on the joy side, now mind you, I told you I got with my husband when I was very young. And we together, we broke up, we together, we broke up. You know what I mean? It was on my part, I'm gonna say it was childish at first. You know what I mean? Because I was young. My husband's 8 years older than me. And on the breakups, if I'm talking to somebody else, I just realized they don't love me like he really loved me. You know what I mean? They don't.
mhm,
Right.
This is not it. I
yeah,
it's okay. It's fun until it's not. You know what I mean? Because when he's doing something, he's doing it from a place of nurture, a place of love, a place of I want you to be good. Like I want your life good. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
think joy teaches because you know how you're supposed to feel. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's why that teaches you to me more. It teaches you how you supposed to feel, and then the heartbreak just teach you this ain't it. I don't never supposed to feel like this. This is bad.
baby.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a
For
combination of
sure.
the two. When you're loved properly and when you've been broken and when your heart been broken, you can learn from joy because that's the area you need to be in. And you learn from
Yeah.
the heartbreak because you learn that that's not the area that you should be in. You know what I mean? It's just really a combination.
And see that most people go from one relationship to the next and they get the same type of person. And so that's what they're used to. That's me. I'm most people. I had one heartbreak
Say
after the
guilty as
next,
charged.
and I kept seeking that heartbreak. Now I'm healed. I know what's caused. I don't want that heartbreak. I want to live from that joy part. So I
So
won't go back to that no more. You learn from one relationship, girl. It took me a
yeah.
lot of relationships.
I mean, but I
So
ain't gonna say I wasn't, pity patting around here.
no,
I
no,
had
no,
the
no.
growing
I
moments.
get it. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
how hard, hard head I am. Okay, but that's the majority of people because they say we attract the same type of person every
Right.
time,
Look at
just a
Cardi
different
B.
face.
Look at
Yeah,
Cardi B. I
Yeah,
love Cardi B. I'm a blaster in my house all day, but look at what she going through. Like, we all fans, so we on there like let her live. And then your man just had 6 kids at the same time. And then
that
we like,
right.
she okay with that. And that's great. No, that I just know nothing. You can't pay me to believe that she was okay with that. You know what I mean? You cannot pay me $1 million to believe that she was okay with all of these babies popping out. And this is the type of man. Look at her ex. You know
oh,
what I mean?
she okay
Offset.
with
He couldn't
that.
stop
I know
cheating.
somebody similar, and I can't believe it either, but it's true. It's
No,
because
they
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 She
come
not
said
from
she
hurt,
was not
okay.
sharing her
They
never
man a
just
whole
healed.
deal
week.
with it. Yeah, they're not okay with it, but they deal with it. They
They
just
don't
keep
know. They
Yeah,
attracting
don't
the
know no
same
better.
type of
They don't.
man. Right. It's that attraction that you keep
Yeah,
calling back to you. Maybe they like the street kind of guy, and maybe that's his
yeah,
personality, but these dudes is doing that. So you
yeah.
gotta think differently. You think outside your box. You know what I
They
mean?
learn
Think
how to
outside your box.
get them mentally, and they these women, if you have this one guy that's showing you something different than the others, so you thinking, oh, he's different from the rest of them, and so you're loving on that, and then you find out he's the same as other. He just said one thing different because you never had that, you ran with it, instead of really filling them out. And that's what a lot of people do, is because they're saying that one thing. It's like, okay, now I'm in love. This is the love of my life, instead of really letting time tell or their actions show. Then they,
right.
after a while,
Hmm.
it's like, oh geez, now I'm stuck in this. So she don't see it. She really don't see
Now,
it.
do you
I
think
mean,
that
she got
comes
rid of him
from?
quick now, baby or not.
So she did.
Do you
She finally
think
got
that
rid of him. I
comes
don't know.
from
I
a
don't
place
follow it, but
of like? Do you think that comes from a place of like being taught that from childhood, or do you think that's
yeah,
learned
yeah, it's not
relationship
taught,
behavior?
is the inherent. Yes, it's a lot of times we have, what is it called, it's not traits. I can't think of it, but basically inherited. Basically, we watched other people do it, and we think it's okay, and then we just learn. It's learned behavior, so we continue to do it. That's just like a mom cussing out their husband, and then you get your husband and you cuss out your husband. It's just like, because that's what you're used to. It's a culture thing.
Right,
You
right,
have to know that ain't right. It's at my grown age now, is realize a lot of things that I was doing was not really right. It's like, oh, because of my parents did it or my grandparents did it, whatever, doesn't mean it's right. And when you learn what's right and wrong, you just what to say, better, you do better. So now
Right.
I'm learning to do better. And then that's a lot of situations. A lot of people don't want to sit in their madness and see, oh, you know what, I made these mistakes. So they're steady blaming the other person instead of healing. Once you see that it was you, then you know how to address the next situation. But if you steady blaming, you're gonna go into the next relationship, damage that person, and to keep on so forth. And you're never going to see your fault, and you're going to continue to bring that same, attracting the same person, and you're being the same person. So it's still going to be always chaotic. It's never no ending
like a
cycle.
hamster wheel for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
For sure.
I'm just guilty of it, girl. I done done it 1,000 times, and I said, why am I keep repeating the same thing over and over again? And then when I finally started to say, you know what, maybe it's me, because they always say
For
if you're
me,
getting the same thing, it's you. And so when I
yeah,
started
that's
seeing
the
it's
thing. I
me,
had to realize that
hey,
what I identified as love was not a healthy love.
that
Hmm.
part. Yes,
So,
agree.
like, as much as I used to always say, I didn't have the parent that showed me what to be. I had the parent that showed me what not to be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I used to always watch my mother argue and cuss out my father, or, always negative. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I want the Claire and Cliff Huxtable house.
You want to break
Right.
the
That
cycle, yeah.
Right, see them arguing and bitching at each other. So I just like I didn't have that role model to say this is what I want it to be. So
Mm-hmm.
I felt like looking back on relationships, I've always been that passive female that wanted to just please the man.
yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
in this big
So it won't
age,
be no problems.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Mhm.
they say be his peace, right? Like
That
Mm-hmm.
part.
so you want to make
Yes.
everything right, but then you don't realize that's getting you taken advantage of. So,
Hmm.
and then in some cases, you belittle the man when you want to take care of him so much that you don't allow him to be a man.
That part.
Baby,
And
baby.
that's what I was saying, like in the
Right
beginning. And
there.
that's what I was saying when we first started this. A lot of times we just don't give them that space to be the man
Hmm.
they need to be because we constantly taking the reins. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
constantly taking the reins and they'll let us do it. They will
Yeah,
let
they
Yeah,
us
sure
do
will.
it. If
yeah,
they don't have to
definitely.
do it, they'll let us do it. So it's like, okay, and then we like wondering why won't they act right? Because you doing it, you acting right, you doing
Yeah.
all the, you being the man. You basically being the man. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So they don't need to be that because we've taken that power from them by doing it ourselves. You know what I mean? By giving more, by loving more, by because your
Hmm.
man's supposed to love on you. Like we love on each other, but your man is supposed to create that safe space for
He
you. You know
sure
what I mean?
do.
That soft space for you to be a
Oof.
lady, and when we create that for them, they don't know how to deal with that other than to just not do what they need to do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They just
that
gonna
is so
allow it because
true.
guess what? A lot of these ninjas got single mothers. They've been raised by single mothers. So
Yeah.
they mother have loved on them and provided for them and paid all the bills and treated these men like they're their man.
Yep.
So then when they get with a woman who is that strong woman like they allow her to be their mother.
Hmm.
You know what
I
I mean?
agree.
So now they
Yeah.
don't have to be the man that they need to be because their mama raised them and now their wife or their girlfriend gonna finish raising them.
Right. And then
You know what I mean? It's their comfort zone.
a lot of times the mama pass them off to you.
I made this
Like
headache. You can have it now.
you think you meeting the mama, but she really sizing you up to see if this gonna be the time that her son ain't coming back. So
Yeah, right.
so I think
So
She
true.
like
tired of taking care of them.
right. So it's like in my experience, it's like I've learned to not only look at him, but look at where he come from.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the overbearing mama or you have the bitter baby daddy situation, and I had the parent that showed me what not to be, but some of them didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Like some of
Yeah.
them like the dysfunctional life and don't want um to change the narrative. It's like it is what it is to a lot of these men.
Listen, I know guys that go from one woman house to the next woman house. They ain't never had their own. Okay, they never had their own
Yep.
house. And you would meet this man. You know he just broke up with his woman. You was cheating with him or something when he was with the last woman. Now you with him and he live with you now. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it be these men going from one woman house to the next woman house, but they need to be aware that when you pick up a man that don't have his own, you picking up a son.
Facts.
Okay? You're picking up a son. I don't think that they realize that. I don't think that these women realize they so busy trying to have a man that they're picking up a son. This man then broke up with his woman. You was with him, you was cheating with him. And now he in your house. Cause you done took this woman's man, I guess, and you think that's a flex, cause he done left her for you. But
Mm-hmm.
now he's
Right.
with you and you are responsible. And just what they'll do with you, they'll do to you.
Mm.
Right? And
Yeah,
they don't realize
I've
that
Women
you've
don't
been
always been
picking
told
up
how you get
understand.
them
somebody's
is how you
son.
lose them.
That's
Mm-mm.
right. That's right. So they got to be mindful when they dealing with men that they're not coming into that man's world. The man is coming into theirs. You know what I mean? Because as women, we'll put your ass out. Women will
Mm-hmm.
put their man out. Do you hear me? We'll put you
Mm-hmm.
on the street. If we paying the bills, you got to go. Right? But when most men that's real men, they don't put their women out. They'll be unhappy. They'll do weird shit in the streets, but they don't
Hmm.
be like, get out my house. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Women do that. And when you with a man who is leaving one woman's atmosphere to come into another woman's atmosphere and don't have his own, then what you think you gonna get?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What you think you gonna get? Or this man at our what y'all been saying at this big age we are now? At this
Mm-hmm.
age, you done picked up a man that moved into you and he was living with his mama, and now he moving in with you.
I don't
What
understand.
girl?
I don't understand.
What girl? What girl? What is you saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who? And it's these women that's doing that, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what you want, and if that's what you settling for, then what can we do? You know what I mean?
I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
What we
now is
supposed to
that
do with that?
hindering or is that giving grace?
What's
That's
the
hindering. It's
making
stunting
them?
your growth as a woman. It's stunning
Mm-hmm.
your growth. It's stunning your growth as a woman because you now have a man who can't pour into you because all of these women been pouring into him. He doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
anything to pour into you. He can't pour
Mm-hmm.
in no support to you. He can't pour in strength to you because he's constantly being raised by woman after woman. First it was
Mm-hmm.
his mama, then it was his ex. Now it's you.
Hmm.
Right? So how can he pour into you if he doesn't have anything? He doesn't have anything to give you. He can't give you support. You supporting him.
Yeah.
He in your
Right.
space. Right? We
Right.
need men that we are going into their space. These men that are taking us and helping us grow. You know what I mean? And it be
Mm-hmm.
like the both. It be both. So when you're in a relationship, you want to be able to support your mate and you want your mate to be able to support you. And sometimes that's not happening at the same time. It's like a stair step. So at
Yeah.
this
Mm-hmm.
level, it's my turn to grow and you got my back. And once I get to this level, now you go up the next step because I can have your back now. You can pull back a little bit and work on yourself because you didn't pour it into me. Now I'm there for you. But when you got a man that you constantly have to raise because they don't have their own, how do you get out of that cycle? It's not a way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, my next question is, do you guys think marriage is still the goal in
Oh yes,
today's
definitely.
society?
Definitely. I want to be married.
Do
I
you
don't
think
think
it's
it's
still the
not a
goal for the masses?
It should
um
be.
I think it still is. Even though they have all these narratives out there, I think everybody still is. Now, I think a lot of people think marriage differently, like the not how it should be. Like marriage is a teamwork. Like we both got to go on this together and willing to work with each other. Where a lot of people think, oh, marriage, I'm just gonna meet this dream person and we're gonna live happy ever after. And
Mhm.
it's not like that, you know. It's a team, it's a building thing, and they don't know nothing
Fact.
about that.
The
So
entrepreneur
that's
in
why
me
so
sees
many dang
marriage
on
as a
divorces.
business.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
Like, I see marriage as a business. Like, if you can't understand business losses and business profits,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like and the ebbs and flows of entrepreneurship, like that's it's kind of like the same way in marriage. Like it ain't gonna always be good, it ain't gonna always be bad. Some
Mhm.
days you're gonna
Hmm.
be up, some days you're gonna be down, some days it's just gonna be dry, some days it's gonna be lit. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's very unpredictable, like business sometimes.
And then just navigating the world alone, like just being out here navigating this world alone. This is a my mother lives with me now. She, single. She didn't. married twice, my father and my sister's father, and then, single, dating or whatever. But when I tell you, once you get a certain age and you either lose your mate or don't have a mate, it's real hard out here, like just being alone and
Mhm.
being old and lonely. It's just, I mean, that's rough.
Oh, I
Honestly,
know.
I feel like if my mother had uh, a companion, that her life would be better. She's I feel like her quality of thoughts would be
Yeah,
better. You know what I
a
mean?
hundred
Because I
percent
can't
agree.
entertain my mother every day. I can't entertain you. You know what I mean? I got a husband and kids to take care of, and she here with us, but she still feels alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
So I think marriage should be the goal. You should have somebody that you can depend on, you can rely on, that's there for you, even just for a conversation or a damn hug when you need one, or just, some little motivation when you need it. Because a conversation coming from your home girl is very different than one coming from your mate. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah. So
I think just being in a relationship with somebody, just even outside of finances, outside of, everything, just the companionship is the goal. Just to be able to navigate the world with somebody, with a teammate.
For sure. For sure.
yeah, I think what your mother is experiencing, my mom before she passed away, she was staying with me, and what you saying, I feel like she would have fought more for her life if she
Mhm.
had that companion. She was tired. She seen that we were all raised and did what we were doing and living our lives,
Mhm.
and she felt like her purpose was not here. She had that spouse. She would have fought a little more and had somebody to love on her. She knew we were all busy and living our lives, and she decided to go ahead and leave. So I think
Yeah.
it's important for them to have that of their life, not just your, dwelling into your lives, like to have her own, and to have that spouse would have pushed my mom a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree as well. Cause like even me being the empty nester now, like having the boys, I didn't realize how much of my life was wrapped around being a wife and a mother. And then with them being
Hmm.
Mhm.
gone, I'm like, when he go to work, like I really had to sit down and think like, who is Kelly? And
Mhm.
Yeah.
people be like,
Hmm.
well, what are your hobbies and what is this? And it's like everything that I think of doing is for them kids or that man.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
defining Sharon right now, so I get it.
Yeah, I had to like really reprogram my mind. Like, okay, go to the gym, go get your nails done, go do you. And then I started feeling
Hmm.
selfish. So
Isn't
Mhm.
that crazy?
them like, do y'all ever like feel selfish for considering me? They like, huh? What? Huh? What?
Look,
So
while we
I
still
had
on this topic, I want to put it out there. So, I had a friend staying with me. He had an eye infection, and so where he was living at, he was with other guys, and they smoked a lot. So the smoke was kept getting his eye infected. So this guy, he's in his 50s. He couldn't go back to the house where they all stayed at because they smoked, and it was affecting his eye, and his eye wasn't going to heal because he was dealing with diabetes. He had
Mhm.
other health issues, but what I'm bringing this up is because he was a playboy all his life. One from one woman to the next, dogged women. He had good women, but played them, and that's what he said towards the
Right.
end of his. Hold on, sorry, I got this candy in my mouth. He said towards the end of his days that, I had a lot of good women, and I chose to live this lifestyle, and I want to change it around. You wait until your deathbed to want to change something around. Nobody want a sick man. Like,
Mhm.
why do we wait to our deathbed to find our mates, or finally decide to say, okay, let me act right? So with just watching him being on his bedside on his last days, it was just like, all I don't know, all the conversations we had. And every conversation was more, he wished he could have changed it around earlier. So I'm saying this is like, if you're out there playing the streets or doing this and doing that, playing with these women and whatever, or vice versa, the women playing with the men, karma comes to you. You're going to get it back. So get yourself together and find somebody and love on, because that's what we're meant to have, our mate, and love on them for life.
Right.
But the running these streets is gonna catch the karma's gonna catch up on you. And you never know. This man was in his peak of his life. And he had one sickness after another. He within 6 months, he just went completely down. Would never thought that would have happened. So we never know what will happen. We need that person that God sent for us or that we have for us.
Right.
It depends on what
Right.
religion you is. So you need to find that mate. Stop trying to play the streets.
Mhm.
Because especially if you're up in your age now, if you're young, hey, live your life, do what you do. But at
Mhm.
our age, you don't
You
want to
gotta
die
calm it
alone.
down. Yeah, you
I
gotta
didn't.
calm it
I don't
Yeah.
down.
watch 3 people wish they had somebody to die on their bedside. I was on their bedside, and I was just a
Mhm.
random person. I don't want to. I would never want to die not having somebody that I know love me deeply on my bedside. So
Yes.
I think it's important that we all find that mate and stop playing the streets. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, eventually you gotta do it, or it's like,
Yeah.
come on, Joe, big old ass out here can't sit out. Like, nigga, you kicking? You still kicking? Oh my god! Like, come on, you not
Chasing each other with
tired?
walkers.
Right.
Right.
Sit down
In
somewhere.
the club, talking about come here, good.
Right. Come on now.
I
So,
mean, I
and they
really
really
don't
gonna catch
think.
it. The guys is really gonna catch it, especially if they have kids, right? And they
Mhm.
break up with the wife or the girlfriend or whatever. Them kids ain't gonna go visit that man in no nursing home.
They don't. They sure
Not at
don't. They will visit
all.
their mama, but not the daddy. I promise you,
Right. So
because of the mama
you better be with
sacrifice.
your wife, right? Cause
The-
them kids ain't gonna care nothing about that daddy. It's just the same like Father's
yes.
Day on you them restaurants be empty on Father's Day. Mother's Day you can't get a seat. You can't get a seat on Mother's Day. Now you out here cheating. At least when you was at home with your family, they was celebrating you on Father's
Yeah.
Day. Your family
Right.
was. Once you
Hmm.
Right.
leave that mama, them kids don't care nothing about you, man.
100%.
You know what I mean? Come on.
He
My
learned that
thing
his
is like, how
life.
how can we make it better though? Because it just seems like the culture itself is just you don't see too many like you don't see that when I be out at restaurants or working, like I'm a chef now working in restaurants, I don't see like the young couples going out no more. I don't see the date night sort of like when I was going out as a teenager in my young 20s or whatever, you used to see
Mhm.
that on Friday night and the weekend.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. Well,
All
because they
you
can do a
see
Netflix and chill.
Right.
that's
It's
what I'm
Netflix
saying.
and
Like
chill.
you see the laying up and the screwing and the
Yes, that's
dysfunctional
the
family
Yeah.
problem.
starting, but you
Everybody's
don't
spreading their
see
demons around.
exactly. You don't
No
see the
healing. No.
foundational families being built no more in the black community. Is
Mm-mm.
what I see.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Like
what's
how
wrong with
can
them
we
kids.
I think it's like I don't want to say population control, but I remember when I was in like elementary school, I remember watching one of them talk shows. I want to say it was Sally Jesse Raphael or Tyra Banks or one of them. But I remember them saying that we was gonna come to a day that there will be no more black people. Like there will only be like light skinned or blended people, but black wouldn't be a race anymore.
Mhm.
And I thought that sounded crazy, but now looking around today, it's like you see so many interracial relationships. It's almost like that could be true.
Yeah, it could be.
And
It could.
once you got 8% black in you, you black.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
like where the
Yeah.
pretty browns at? Where the
Mhm.
chocolate? Like you don't
Right.
see the chocolate no more. So that's why I
Mhm.
be like, how can we like love on these black men so they can quit seeing us as the enemy?
They don't
Because
love
I
on
think a lot of
themselves. That's why
I,
they keep thinking we
yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying. I
enemy.
think a lot of them got childhood trauma
Yes.
that
Right.
they take out on their partners.
Mhm.
They a lot of them envy their mama, and then that's why they attack you because they
Some
don't even
of them
like their
hate their
mama.
mama. Some of them
Facts.
hate their mama, and
Yeah,
that's
that right
clear.
there.
That's clear. They
Facts.
mama was a hoe or something. They mom, Their mama had other men beating on them. You know what I mean? It's all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't like black women. That's
Yeah,
just
that
how.
it is what it is. That's what I'm coming to the end results. Okay, like you just don't like black women, and they
Yeah,
definitely don't like a strong black woman.
that
Jesus,
part. They don't.
you think
But
I
you
want to
know
be
what?
strong? Let me.
Sometimes we be too strong. Sometimes we be too
Hey,
strong.
let me put my guard down. I want to. I want you. I need somebody to lead me, man.
That's
Sometimes
me.
we
Like
be
I
too
want
strong.
somebody to take the lead, but a
Yeah.
lot of times I
Man,
feel like I gotta push you to do it.
yeah,
Like how I gotta push you to be the man.
You just
and
gotta
I rather
figure
not
out
have.
where.
I rather not have.
Yeah, I think
Right.
when you out on a date, you just gotta find out where that man is in his life. You know what I mean? What's his living conditions before
How do
you be
you
Yeah.
like, "This my
recognize the
man."
red flags though?
Yeah, you gotta, cause you gotta ask questions. You know
But
what I
how do
mean?
you
They
how do
learn
you
how to lie,
read?
girl. You got to
That's
watch
what I'm
those
saying. Like how do
actions.
you read between the lines?
So yeah,
Because
that's how. Because one thing about a man, they'll talk, but their actions won't line up. They don't
Well,
do
that's
both. They
what you
can't do
gotta
both.
do. That's what
Only
you gotta
women
do.
can
You
do both.
can't just you can't just fall for the okey doke in a day. Some of us just go too fast. We go
Yeah.
too quick.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like y'all saying, at this big old age, it's a
Hmm.
rush because you want a man.
Yep.
Like at this point,
Yes. Yep.
so
That's
then
so
we
true.
fall too fast. We don't give
Hmm.
it a chance. We want to have the first date and talk about marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Or
right.
where you want to be married one day? I don't think that's a question for the first date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
that's
don't
a
even know if
question for the
I
first
like
six
you.
months.
Right? You don't even know if you like
Hmm.
this man. So to ask this man, do he want to be married one day? You don't even know if you like him. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
you supposed to date with intention, right? You date with intention, but he don't need to know that your intention is to marry him yet. Not yet. You know what I mean? Make sure that what he's saying lines up. He
Hmm.
might lie on the first day, but if you together with him in a week, you don't know if it's gonna line up or not. You know
Yeah,
what
because by then you're gonna be knowing every red sign because you done kissed him or did
I
something.
mean? Right.
He done melted you all up, girl. You
Right, but you know what I mean? I'm telling y'all because, like I said, when before I was, with my husband, like I said, I was the one effing up. You know what I mean? Sometimes women have to play the field. Okay, you have to
Mm-hmm.
play the field.
You
If
sure
you
do.
not in a relationship, don't be in one right now. Find a couple of guys. I don't mean you got to sleep with them all, but you definitely can date one until you find the one that you like, the one
Mm-hmm.
Right. I
that
used to
is
always say, make
showing
your
you
phone
that.
ring.
Yeah, the one that's showing you what he's saying. He's doing more than um
Right.
talking. He's showing you. He's telling you what he's saying. He's proving that to you in his actions. But when we jump too fast, it's like, shit, what they gotta prove? They can get it. They don't gotta prove nothing. They don't gotta do
Mhm.
nothing. They don't gotta show. And I ain't talking about pay my bills. Okay,
Yeah.
create a safe space for me. I can pay my own bills.
Yeah.
Create a safe space for me. When we
That part.
leave with give me money, they want some pussy.
Right.
Okay? So what we supposed to say? No, but you ain't. I asked you to come get me off the freeway and change my tire, buy me 4 new tires, but you know what I mean? You ain't giving it up? No. That's not how things work. It's just not, and let's
Hmm.
be realistic about that. We want these men to be our husbands too fast.
Yeah.
Right? We want to ask them for things too fast, right? And then we
And we want
offended
to
when
give
they want to
things too
sleep with us
fast.
too fast.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
too.
mean? So we need to be, if we're independent, let's be independent, ladies. You know what I mean? You can
Hmm.
go on a date. Hey, you pay, I pay. You know
Mm.
what I mean? You pay.
Right.
Let me take you
Wait,
out
wait,
this
you going
day.
too far? No, I'm just playing.
I'm
They keep
just
your
saying
money in your
because
pocket.
when we ask
No,
for
no,
things,
no. I'll pay for a day. I'll pay.
yeah, because when we're asking for things too fast, they're expecting things too fast.
This is true. This is true.
You know what I mean?
Now
It's sad but true.
when do you release that what we call the probationary period of asking?
I think that you won't have to ask. I think that when a man
That
really
part,
loves
girl.
you, when a
Right
man
there.
really cares for you, I don't think you'll have to ask. I
You
think that
don't
if
have
he,
that.
yeah,
That
you
that is
that's the
so
whole
true.
thing. Somebody
We
that
don't get
wants
to that
you,
part, and it's so true. A
right?
man gonna do what he gonna do for a woman.
That's
We don't
right,
allow him to get to that part. We go
right,
ahead and overindulge him with all our loving cooking him food and giving him
right,
all this other stuff. He didn't get a chance to say, "Hey, I want to do for you. Let me." Girl,
right,
yes, you would not have
right.
to ask for a man that really
Yeah,
want to be with a woman. God, no.
right.
Well, you about to
And
have
they
me
know.
dancing.
Yeah, they definitely know if they care for you enough. And then if a man care for you, he don't want you struggling. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? He don't
girl.
want you
Right.
struggling if he can help, right? Sometimes we don't get men on our level. They might not be in a place to help. You know what
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean? So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't got no man on your level, shoot, that's the wrong route anyway. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
when a man genuinely cares for you, you're not going to have to be like, can you pay my phone bill? Guess what? If that damn phone get turned off and he can't talk to you, he gonna be like, how much is your phone bill?
Mm-hmm.
He gonna go to
Yep.
the store and pay it and call you
He
like, what
sure
the
That
hell?
will.
part, you know what I mean? You ain't
Mm-hmm.
gotta be. You don't have to ask when a man is genuinely into you. He will provide. And if you don't have that type of man, you'll know when he's not doing that. You'll know when
Mm-hmm.
he's not doing that. You gonna get fed up needing, and this man is not doing anything. That's your exit. Talk to one of those
Right.
other three
Yep.
guys that you talking to.
A
Yes,
lot of
yes,
men
yes.
future fake though. Like a lot of men, when they down, they'll tell you, "Oh, I want to do this for you. I just can't right now, and I want to do this for you, but I just can't right now." And they suck you in, and you thinking you lifting them up, but they just taking advantage.
So
Yeah.
who fault is that? Is that the man or is that your fault for listening?
I mean, it's always your fault. I always say you can't never say it's somebody else's fault. You got to take your power back and learn your lesson.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
because you
So
can't future fake me at the point we don't know if we got a future or not. You know what I mean? I don't know. You got to show me it's in your actions, not your words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
who
It's in your
said that?
actions.
Because
I
he can
if
lighten
it's
your load in another way. You don't just
right,
keep talking to me. One thing about a guy, even if he can't provide, he's gonna find some another way
To
to
make it
lighten your
happen.
load. Yeah,
right,
exactly. That's one thing
yeah,
about a man. When he's into you, he will do that.
right, yeah,
Like, and
and you're
that's what I
not
used to
going to
always say.
have
It's
to
not always a
ask.
money thing. Like at the end of the day, a relationship is teamwork, it's partnership. Like
Right.
my ex-husband, he used to be a carpenter. So in the summertime, he would be working good. In the wintertime in Michigan, it's snow and ice out there. They may be laid off. So
Mhm.
it would be them times where when his money was up, mine was low. When mine was up,
Mhm.
his was low. And we just kind of
Mhm.
had that balance and we made it work. But it was
Mhm.
never a time where when he was up, he made me feel like I was less than, or when I was up, I made him feel like it was less than until we
Right.
start breaking up.
Right.
Then it was like, oh, you miss independent this and you. So for me, it was like I used to always look back on that. Like, if we didn't have the drama, we could have always done good business together. And I hate that that relationship broke the business down because the
Mhm.
business was the legacy of the kids. And I think when kids are involved in these relationships, you have to be able to dispose of your emotions and
Mhm.
look
hmm
at them kids and build for the kids because it's never about you no more once them babies born.
Yeah, yeah. People don't realize that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
It's so true.
Well, and at the same time, yeah, I agree with that too, But at the same time, if it's like unhealthy, the kids not gonna enjoy their life if they seeing you fall apart. You know what I mean? Kids
Yeah.
are only as happy as their I'ma say mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if I see my mother sad, if I see my mother struggling and unhappy, that's not a good environment for me either as a kid. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So you just gotta, like I said, pick your battles. You gotta know when to fold them, when to hold them, and when to fold them. You can't be breaking up over petty stuff. But if it's too tough, like if it's too sad, if it's too depressing, if it's dysfunction, if it's constant arguing, you know what I mean? The kids are not thriving in that environment either.
All
Mhm.
things need balance for sure.
It sure
Mhm.
does. It sure does.
I want to thank you ladies for coming out today. Sharon, any last words? I'm about to wrap this up.
No,
Well,
no.
well, I mean, I like to plug my book
No, I
that's
was
coming
gonna
out
wait a
tomorrow.
minute. I was gonna drop her down and then I'm gonna leave you up so you can put your books up and I'm gonna let you do your thing in a minute.
Oh, okay. She's like, be quiet.
Okay, Sharon.
Everybody, get her out the room. I
Any-
got you. I got you.
but I appreciate you coming onto the panel, Sharon. Thank you.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you,
Hi, it was
ladies. I
nice
enjoyed
talking to
you.
you, Sharon.
Likewise, likewise. Hey, girl, you taught me some things. I'm writing some notes now.
Hey,
Just
I learned some stuff from you too, boo.
all right. Talk to you,
Gotta
ladies,
keep it
later.
going.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Well,
Which one is okay? This volume 2. So volume 1.
yeah, okay. So volume 1, the final course is out now. And you know, Kels, when I was writing this, honestly, when I was writing this book, I honestly thought about you.
I
Okay?
already knew when I seen the chef.
Yes. I honestly thought about you just appreciating the book. I ain't gonna say that the chef is um your personality, but I will say that I thought that you could appreciate it because you would know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I'm talking about the line, you know, when I'm talking about the past and, you know, plate and food and everything like
Right,
that, I
right.
thought that you would pretty much enjoy, you know, the book. But the final course is this is volume 1. It's a series of 3 books. Volume 1 is out now. It's on Kindle. Kindle Unlimited. So, you know, if you don't have a Kindle, it's a Kindle app. The app is free. You can download the book and it'll be in paperback in April. And then volume 2 actually comes out tomorrow. Okay? The final course and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, 1 is good. You know, 1 is good. It's my first book, but 2, you could definitely see the growth and the story really evolves in volume 2. It really evolves. So I hope that people will enjoy it. It's on Amazon, Kindle, and Kindle Unlimited. Like I said, April is coming out on paperback. So I'm hoping everybody can read it and just let me know, you know, review it. Tell me what I'm doing good. Tell me, you know, what I'm doing bad so that next series come out I'll know what to do better, you know what I mean? But I did think
Right.
about you, Kels, when I was writing this. And the chef, her name is Lyric, and she she's a mess. She good, but she kind of a mess. It's a psychological thriller, and it's really about a bad review. At first, the volume 1 is about a bad review, and then just a series of fractures where Lyric has to maintain a restaurant and make sure everything continues to go right. Okay. In volume 2, Lyric, you know, she obviously got it together, but now it's more crazy stuff happening. She got to maintain her reputation. Okay. Because she's a reputable, famous chef, and it's really good. It's a thriller, so you know it's some weird, strange things going on. But I just hope everybody
Okay.
enjoy it. Especially
All
you. You
right.
gotta tell me. You know what I mean? What you think?
And that
So
I will do, ma'am. Thank you
okay.
again for joining the panel, taking the
I
time out
appreciate you
on your
having me.
Saturday.
It was fun. So you know, I'll be back if you invite me. So I really had a good time. We talked about some amazing things. Your questions was really good, and I think that you probably helped some people with our conversation.
I hope so, because we need to change some things in these cultures.
Yeah, in
Thanks for the
hours.
congrats, Tion.
Thank you.
All righty, guys.
So,
We will see you again on the next live. I haven't set up an official schedule yet, but I will pop out when I pop out.
all right.
Thanks for stopping in. Bye.
Bye.